Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Ruby. Welcome. So on this channel, I want to be very open, very transparent. I want to have a friendship with my viewers, which most of you guys are already my friends in real life, but I want to be friends with everyone and just come on here and be how I am with my friends. With that being said, I have something super important to share, something that I've been keeping from a lot of people, and I was thinking like, should I just pull a Kylie Jenner? But then I'm like, no, because honestly it has been kind of hard keeping it a secret. I want to share this because I want to share my journey. I want to post more about it. And with that being said, I am pregnant. It's crazy to say it because then it means that it's like so true, and I'm still like I still can't believe it. I never ever I've always wanted kids. I've always said like I did want kids. I am currently 5 months and I already know the gender, so I'm excited to share this journey with you guys, to share everything that I've been through so far. So it's been a while. I found out when I was 5 weeks, but I just been keeping it a secret a lot. Like some people know, like only like only like 5 friends of mine know that I've told. Some people know because my mom, I'm telling you guys, my mom is like she be acting like a Gemini. She be telling my business everywhere. Anyways, so I want to start with how I found out. So when I get my period, like a week before, like a few days out of the week, I start cramping, but like mild cramping, just letting me know that it's gonna be here, you know? And on September, things changed. My last period was August 21st. I think August 21st. I think. I don't remember at this point. But yeah, I think that's what it was. Yeah, I think it was. No me acuerdo, pero I think so. And like 2 weeks before my period, I started cramping so bad. Yeah, my last period, my last period was on August 21st because I got pregnant on June, what the heck? I got pregnant on September 3rd. Yeah. Anyways, I started getting really, really bad cramps, like super bad. Nothing like I felt before. I would say from a 1 through 5, 5 being like really, really bad, I would say a 4. It was bad. It was like I was already on my period and my period wouldn't come. But I didn't think anything of it just because my period comes towards the end. Sometimes it comes on the 23rd, sometimes it comes on the 26th, sometimes it comes on the 28th. And at that time it was like 16 por ahí. So I was like, okay, ya me está avisando that it's gonna come. So nothing, like nunca me pasó por la mente, you know? So then I started noticing that my boobs felt so heavy, TMI. My boobs felt so heavy and it felt like I had gotten a titty twister. Like that's how I can explain it. Like it hurted so bad, like really, really bad. And usually my boobs hurt también, you know? So I didn't think anything. I was like, why is everything so intense this month? Like, you know? But I didn't think anything of it. I was just like, you know what? It's coming and it's coming. So that month I had scheduled an appointment to go get on birth control and get on the IUD, and I was like, since I'm already going, I'm gonna mention to them that like these period cramps are really, really bad. So then I made an appointment. I went on December 21st and they were like, so what are you in here for? And then I told them, well, I wanted to get the IUD And I had done research on what kind of birth control I want to get on because I did not want any kids till I was 30. So in 4 more years, you know? Pero se adelantó la cosa. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna like get on birth control and not be freaking out or anything. So they were like, we're gonna take out blood and then we need a pee sample. And we're just gonna take a pregnancy test. They're like, is there any way that you could be pregnant? And I was like, I don't think so. And like, I really didn't think so. So then she was like, lay down so I can feel your stomach. I just want to make sure like there's no baby. And she's like, we'll give you the result in 3 days. If everything comes out good, then the following like 2 days we'll schedule you to come in and we'll get the IUD put in. I was like, okay, sounds good. So I was so nervous. Because I wasn't nervous about being pregnant. I was just nervous like, oh my gosh, like what if something's wrong with me? Because at that time as well, I was getting like really bad bruises. So I was like, what if I'm anemic? Or what if I have like freaking a really bad disease or something, you know? I was thinking like the worst. I was like, what if I'm dying and I don't even know? But so they did that and I was like, okay, in 3 days. So I was supposed to get my period on the 18th, supposedly my app said. And I didn't believe it because I told you guys, I get it on the 26, 23, 28. So I was like, no, it's too early. It's probably off a little bit. But let me tell you, no, it's not. Because when it said I wasn't supposed to like do anything, if not, I'll get pregnant. And I still did. I got pregnant that day. So, and that app, if you guys want to use it and track, it's called Flow. After the clinic, I went to the store and I had my phone on vibrate and I got a call back like from the clinic, and it was barely like 1 hour había pasado, like no lie. And I told my friend, like they called me, they left me a voice message. I tried calling them back and they didn't answer. So I left them voicemail and they said that they wouldn't get back to me till like 2 days. So I was like, what the hell? Like, what if I'm dying? You know, what if it's something like an emergency or something, you know? My mind was just thinking all these crazy things, but it never thought a baby. My friend was like, that's really weird because they called you back so soon. When I went, they didn't call me back that soon. She's like, so something's up. And then she's like, if I were you, I would just take a pregnancy test just to know, like, nomás para salirte de eso, you know? And I was like, but I'm not pregnant. Like, I can't be pregnant. So then I got one of like the cheap, like dollar store pregnancy tests because I was like, you know what? I'm not going to spend $20 and I'm not pregnant, you know? So then I was like, so I got it. I went home and I peed on it. So this is how I realized that I'm really dumb. So there is 2 lines. There's one like really faint. Pero yo, in my cabeza, I thought that both of them had to be super pink like this one. So it could be like, so it could mean that you were positive, you know? So I thought that since the pee runs this way, I thought that, you know what, like it's gonna show a little bit because obviously se mojó con pee, you know? That was my logic. I don't know if that makes sense to anybody or if I'm just dumb. But so I was like, oh my God, I'm not pregnant. Thank God. And I sent a picture to my friend. I was like, here, I took the pregnancy test. And she's like, bitch, you're pregnant. And I remember when she said that, my heart sank. Like, I don't know, like I got like a knot in my stomach. Like it just felt like, and I remember that I was like, no, I cannot be pregnant. 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 Like, I just felt like, I don't know. I just thinking back to that moment, I was so in shock. So then I remember I grabbed the car keys and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to get the digital ones. And I'm going to go do another pregnancy test. So then I go to like the Walgreens that's right here by my house. I get it and I come home, and I remember before I left I drank a lot of water because I wanted to pee on it like ASAP, you know? I pee on it and it says it'll take 3 minutes for it to like show the results. no lie, within 1 minute, it said pregnant. My heart sank even deeper. Tears just started coming down, and I was just like so in shock. And just because it wasn't in our plans, like me and my boyfriend had talked about it, that we wanted kids, but we wanted to move in together first. I wanted to get married first. I think that was like a big one for me. Just coming from like Christian parents, I knew that they would be feeling some type of way about it, because I wasn't married, and that was like my biggest concern, I think, about like, dang, they're gonna be like super disappointed, you know. In that moment, to be honest, I thought like, dang, my life is over. Like, I think because most people always say like, when you have a kid, your life is over, like there's no more you know, now you have to take care of this person. And I felt like, dang, I had so much goals, I had so many things that I wanted to do in life before I brought a human into my life, you know. I just wanted to be emotionally, physically, mentally, financially prepared for this baby, and I was neither, you know. Thank God I did get to work on my emotional health and my mental health, and realize what I wanted and who I wanted to be. But I felt like financially and physically, I wasn't where I saw myself in life before bringing a baby. So I remember I had taken a picture of the test, and I called my boyfriend's sister, which is another of my best friends, you know. Like, I met him through her, and I can do a story time on how I met him. But I remember I called her, I Snapchatted her, and I called her right away, and she was like, hey. I was like, are you busy? I knew she was at work. And she's like, no, what's up? I was like, open your Snapchat. And she's like, okay, going. And then she opened it. She's like, are you serious? Is this real? And I was like, yeah. And I remember I just started crying even more. She's like, what's wrong? It's okay. It's gonna be okay. Like, he's responsible. Se va a hacer cargo. Like, don't even worry. But I wasn't even worried about him. Like, he's so amazing. So I wasn't like worried about him. I was just worried about like me, you know? I just felt like, dang, my life is over. Like, to be honest, I wasn't, I don't feel like, you know, when some people get pregnant and they planned it, and I feel like because I didn't plan it, I didn't react like super happy to it, you know. I was just like, dang. I was super, like, I just felt that my parents, like my dad, was gonna be ashamed of me. I felt like people were gonna criticize me. I felt like what were people gonna say, you know? I'm not married and I'm having a baby. So that was like the hardest thing for me. At the beginning of my pregnancy, again, I am 5 months. So when I first found out, I was like 5 weeks. So then later that day, I went again to the store with my mom, but I already knew I was pregnant. And I didn't tell my boyfriend right away. I just told him, hey, like, can you come after work? Like, can you come over? And he was like, yeah. And I was just like super nervous. Like, my heart was like, I don't know, like, estaba bien inquieta, you know? Like, I just really, really wanted to tell him. And I remember that whole day, I was just like, I didn't know how to act. And then I went to the store with my mom, and the doctor called me, and I finally got to answer, and she was like, so we did a pregnancy test and it came out positive, congratulations. I was like, thank you. But I already knew, you know, because I had done it. If I had done it earlier, I would have known, and I wouldn't have to have gone to the doctor. And I had told my boyfriend that weekend before. I was like, I think I should take a pregnancy test. And he's like, you want to? And then I was like, yeah, but then I'm going to the doctor on Tuesday, so I should just wait. And so we just waited, you know? And then they told me that I wasn't gonna be able to get the IUD, but I can go in for prenatal care and stuff like that. And then as well, I could go like over my options. And then I was like, okay, what, like, it was never an option of not having the baby. But they do go over options with you, you know? So then my boyfriend comes over, and I told him, like, I have a surprise. So then I give him the, like, both pregnancy tests. And I don't have the digital one anymore because se borró. I thought that que se quedaba forever, but I guess not. Mine, it cleared off. But I do have my ultrasounds. Maybe I shouldn't show that. I have my ultrasounds. It's so weird looking at them because I can't even see, like, honestly, no le hallo forma. It looks like a dinosaur, like a little alien. Well, this one kind of like, I think this was like the first one I did. This is my most recent one, and this is the baby's face. But tell me that doesn't look like a dinosaur to you. I think those are the eyes. And that's the nose. And I'm like, what am I looking at? Like, I don't know. It's funny for me. But I'm saving them. And I have my next ultrasound next week on Monday. So I'm excited. They're gonna, like, check the anatomy and everything of the baby. So far, everything's good and healthy. Gracias a Dios. But let me tell you, this pregnancy has not been easy. Has not been a walk in the park. I don't feel glowy. I don't feel like I'm shining. I was like, what the hell did I get myself into? So then I gave the pregnancy test to my boyfriend, and he, like, had his eyes closed, and he, like, looked at them, and he's like, are you serious? And I'm like, yeah. And he cried a little, and he hugged me, and he was super duper happy, like, super happy. And that's what's given me, like, a lot of strength and positivity in this whole pregnancy, of his reaction, the way he is. Like, he's so happy. And so then I told my boyfriend, and we were like, okay, well, we'll just wait for the first ultrasound to tell our parents and whatnot. So we're like, okay, we're gonna wait to our first ultrasound to tell our parents. And I was like, okay. But I remember, like, 3 days later, I couldn't, or like the second day, I couldn't even hold it. I had to tell my mom. So I went to the room, and I took the pregnancy test with me, and I was like, I need to tell you something. And she was like, what? And I showed her the pregnancy. She's like, oh my gosh, saliste con tu domingo 7. But she said it, like, jokingly. And then I was like, yeah. And I started crying. I remember I was, like, crying, and she, like, hugged me. She's like, I'm so happy. She's like, felicidades. She's like, mi baby va a tener un baby. And then she's like, I had dreamed about this. And my mom is, like, wild, because every time she dreams something, it, like, usually comes true. So I was like, why didn't you tell me? But yeah, she was so happy. So happy that, oh my gosh, she forced me to tell my dad. So I think it was like, she's like me, because I couldn't hold it in from telling her. So she was like, one day she texted me. Oh, I remember. So that day en la tarde, my dad was trying to give me a detox tea, like uno para limpiarte hasta el alma. And he's like, come on, drink it. And I was like, I can't drink it. He's like, sí, lo necesitas. And I'm like, no, I can't. I was like, no se me antoja ahorita. And then he's like, no. He was like, oh my God, like, pushing it. And I was like, dude, I can't drink that. Capaz que me saca el chamaco, you know? So then my mom, she's like, no, like, si no quiere tomárselo, no se lo des. So then, así se quedó. And then I think the next day or the day after that, she texted me. She's like, we have to tell your dad. I can't hold it anymore. I'm like, lady, like, you're supposed to keep the secret, you know? And she's like, no, I want to tell him already. I was like, oh my God. Like, se le va a salir, so I'd rather say it than her, you know? So then we sat my dad and my brothers in the living room. And I remember when they're like, oh, Ruby has something to tell you guys. And then I took out the pregnancy test and I was like, I'm pregnant. And then I remember my brother, like, he's 19. He just turned 19. His face was like, it was so funny. I wish we would have recorded his face. And then my other brother was like, oh my God, finally somebody has a baby. He's like, I've been wanting a niece or a nephew. And then my dad was like, ¿qué? And I gave him the pregnancy test. And he's like, ¿estás jugando? He thought we were pranking him. And I was like, no, I'm serious. He's like, oh my gosh, like, and him right away, he's like, ¿qué dijo el muchacho? ¿Se va a ser responsable del bebé? Like, is he gonna be responsible for the baby? And I was like, yeah, I already talked to him. Like, chill out, you know? He's like, I have to talk to him, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, relax. Like, but I just think, like, he wants the best for me and the baby. And he was like, oh my gosh. And I just felt so bad, but he was just like, well, you're a grown woman and you make your decisions. And he's like, pues ya que, you know? I'm glad I did tell them because this, like I said, this pregnancy has been hard. And it was going to be harder to keep it away from them with, like, living in this house with them. So, and they have been really helpful. They, like, baby us a lot. At the beginning, my dad would be like, ay, no exageres and stuff like that, because I would throw up all the time and I would feel nauseous all the time. And I'm gonna make a more in-depth video of what I've been experiencing in my first trimester, but things that had helped me. And yeah, I wanted to go ahead and share this with you guys. I'm excited. I'm nervous. Like, I'm really nervous. Like, sometimes I'm just like, oh my God, I'm nervous and I'm scared. It's something that I never really, like, thought about deeply and how I would feel. And I don't know, it feels like a dream. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed me talking about how I found out I was pregnant, please give me a big thumbs up, subscribe, comment what you think I'm having. If I told you what I'm having, don't put it. But I'm super excited and I'll see you on my next video. Bye.